If you're not getting what you need from your directors, then this is the video for you. Without a solid team of directors, you will bottleneck the growth of your business because you need other people to help you lead your business forward. The bigger your business, the more complicated your business, the bigger your aspirations, then the more important this becomes. Now, if you have a team of directors and you know deep down inside you're not getting what you need from them, what are you going to do about it? Well, I've got 5 tips that in my experience help align directors and get the best out of them. The first tip is all around clear outcomes. Most directors don't have a crystal clear understanding of what outcomes they are actually expected to deliver. They might have a job description, but job descriptions have tasks and responsibilities. They don't have clear outcomes. They might have a few things that you've spoken to them about, but that is not the same as you taking the time, which is surprisingly difficult by the way, to get really clear on the specific outcomes you need from your specific functions and the outcomes that you need from those function heads, those directors, and for you to then write that down, set it up, discuss it with the directors, align them to that so that they are clear. That is very, very different to you just having a couple of chats and then having to read your mind as to what good actually looks like. So once you've got those clear outcomes set out, the next thing you need is a set of KPIs that you and your directors could use to objectively assess whether those outcomes are being achieved. That is step 1. You and your director must be in complete alignment as to what the outcomes are and what good looks like. If you find this content useful and want to see more of it, then please like, follow, subscribe or connect depending on where you are watching. Once you've got that bit sorted out, the next bit is to help your directors understand that it is their job to work on the business, not just in it. Now, you need their help to help drive the business forward. They can't be buried in all of the day-to-day stuff. They can't be effectively very, very well-paid managers. They are directors. And directors are involved in strategy, in directing their departments, in directing the business. Work with your directors to create the space to work on the business, especially if you know that some of your directors that are just kind of too bogged down in the day-to-day and they've got people that should be doing some of the things that they're doing. That is something that you need to work with them to offload to create that space to help you move your business forward. Next is accountability, and accountability is incredibly important across any business, but it is especially important in a leadership team. And what we're talking about here is, first of all, self-accountability. You want directors that take ownership of their specific functions, they take ownership of the things that they are given, and they find a way through. And then what you also need is you need team accountability. The senior leadership team need to be accountable to one another. And in order to do this, there are some things that you can do. So number 1 is put in place proper business planning. If you have a 90-day plan that's got proper priorities, goals, and tasks or milestones, then that makes all of that very visible. It helps team members make sure that they get things done because they don't want to be the people that have priorities or goals that are off track. So proper business planning is good because it helps clarify priorities, but it's also good because it does create a system to support accountability. The next thing that you need is a proper, effective meeting rhythm. This is about understanding what kind of leadership meetings you need and ensuring that the right things are discussed in those leadership meetings. There should be leadership meetings where you focus on KPIs, there should be leadership meetings where you focus on plans, and there should be departmental meetings. Get the meeting rhythm straight, get clear on what you should be focused on, and ensure that there is accountability in those meetings so that things are being focused on, things are being achieved, and when things aren't being achieved, that they are discussed and actions are set up, implemented, and followed through. Next is decision making. Decision making is such an important part of leadership. Empower your directors to own their decisions and to make decisions. Don't get in the way. Give them the space to do their jobs. Now, there is a mechanism that you can implement to help you with this. It's called a decision matrix. A decision matrix sets out what decisions a director can make autonomously. It sets out what decisions can be made, but then you need to be informed after those decisions have been made. And it sets out what decisions need approval before they can be made. Take the time to work through that as an exercise and issue one to each of your directors. You will need to revisit that on an annual basis because as people develop, as they become more effective in their roles, give them more and more space to do what they need to do so that they can own their decisions, they can learn from their decisions, and they don't have to keep going back to you and you bottlenecking everything. You want them to just get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
Without having to bother you unless it's absolutely necessary. Finally, leadership development. Your directors are leaders. It's not just about their technical expertise. It's not just about their very specific knowledge about finance or operations or marketing or sales. It is also about their people skills. Directors are there to win the hearts and minds of their team members. They are there to be good role models across the wider business, and they are there to get their functions properly set up, organized, and achieving the outcomes that you need them to achieve. Do not abandon the leadership piece. Now, you should be spending time coaching those directors in your various one-to-ones. You should make sure that there are proper reviews that take place where you can check in with them. You should be coaching them in your one-to-ones. You should consider whether they need external coaching and training. You need to work with them to up their skills, because as your business becomes bigger and more complicated and their teams get bigger, they need the skills to be able to manage their managers properly and to ensure that the team culture stays together. That culture piece is another part of leadership. They have to represent the values of the company. They need to live and breathe the values of the company. They need to exhibit all of the best behaviors, and they need to role model the kinds of things that you want to see across the business. They need to walk the talk. Get all of those pieces of the puzzle together and you will have a genuinely effective team of directors that can help you move your business forward. But you need to do your bit. Give them clear outcomes. Make sure that they've got the time to be strategic, not just hands-on. Make sure that you create the right systems to encourage accountability. Make sure you give them space and clarity around decision making. And finally, help them step up to be great leaders so that one day you can take that step back and you've got a proper team of directors that can help you drive your business forward. So which of these 5 areas do you need to work on over the next couple of weeks? What do you need to do to make sure that you are creating the conditions for your directors to give you what you need? See you next time on Mind Your Own Business.